Yeah, welcome to the next Python session on nested loops. Before we start with the nested loops, let's get started with infinite loop. So, what is infinite loop? We are writing a loop which doesn't stops. Okay, keep on executing until we stop it with explicit any function or something like sys.exit. Okay, so how to write it? While within brackets true, true is a keyword, and inside that we keep on writing some statements. So these statements we will keep on executing until we stop explicitly. Okay, so we are not writing initialization and we are not writing any increment or decrement. So it keep on executing until we stop it explicitly. So last example, we have seen switch case implementation, like where we are taking two numbers from user. If I give one means addition, two means subtraction, multiplication, division, like that. In that case, I want to stop it in the middle. I want to do the same job many times until I say exit. So in that case, we go to infinite loop. Let's see one example on the same, and then we'll switch to nested loops. So infinite loop demo now. So so what do we need to do? Let's write the program where I'm taking first number. First, we are taking two numbers from user, input of enter a value or enter first number, you can say. Enter a value. So nothing but first number. Then let's do copy paste and we'll take b value. So both are ready. So after reading two values, we are showing to the user the available choices first. Print. Okay. So what I'm saying, one for addition. So of course you can write slash n and you can write everything. So I'm writing in the next line for easy to, yeah, subtraction. Third one is multiplication and fourth one is division. And the last one is division. Four. Only four we are taking. Later on, we'll add this fifth option. Okay, exit. We will convert this program into infinite loop and then we'll add this exit as well. Okay, yeah. So now let's ask the user for choice. Enter your choice between 1 to 4. Enter your choice. User will enter something or else we'll take into ch directly. Ch is equal to integer of input of enter your choice. Done. Now we are writing if ch equal to 1. So what are we doing? We need to print sum of a and b. Sum is comma a plus b. Okay, and then we'll do copy paste. So instead of this, what I can say, I can go for elif. Okay, elif ch equal to 2. Difference I need to do. So I said a minus b, and then elif ch equal to 3. So I'm printing product of two numbers. So that I'm saying a star b. So elif ch equal to 4 means division. So quotient will come. So a slash b. Okay. Yeah. Now else means invalid choice. Print invalid choice. This is what I have done. So this is a program without any infinite loop. So what is the problem in this? Let us check it out and then we'll convert the same program with the infinite loop. Okay. Yeah. Let's save it and let's try to run it. Right click, run demo 71. See the output now. Enter a value. Okay. I said 10, b value 2. See the available choices you can see. 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 and 4. I said 1 now. So 10 plus 2, 12. The program is terminated. Again, I wanted to continue because I want to give two more numbers to check subtraction, how it is working, multiplication and division. So again, right click and run demo 1. So again, it is asking for two values, 10 and 3, I said. Again 2. So how many times I need to run? If I want to test all the four times I need to run. But instead of running for four times, I want to finish within a single attempt. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible with something called infinite loop. So how to do that? Just before this, we'll write while of true keyword. Okay. Then this is the entire body of while. Now give tab spaces. We have to follow proper indentation. So that I'm giving tabs here. So all these statements are nothing but if suit, I mean while suit, but it never stops. So we need to stop it. So for that reason, we are adding one more choice. That is 5 for exit. Print 5 for exit. But how to stop with the exit? We have to import, okay, or import directly. You can write import OS module. Okay, only OS module is enough for us. And in that, oh, sorry, sys module. Sys module. In that we have exit function sys.exit. So if case 5, I mean choice 5 is given. So write one more elif statement extra. Ch equal to 5. Then sys.exit of 0. So that program will be terminated completely. Okay. So let's run it and check it out. Yeah. So sys is a module which is having some system related functions like creating directories, all these things we can do like creating directory, entering into directory, like changing CMDIR, CHDIR, okay, deleting folder RMDIR. There are many other functionalities, out of which exit is one of them. Okay, we wanted to exit the program if we have any like infinite loop. So 5 for exit is the choice. While of true, there is no initialization above this while loop, and in the bottom there is no increment or decrement. Okay, so this is the extra line I wrote. So, okay, line number 2, importing sys module followed by sys.exit of 0. Let's run it now. I am running only once, but it will keep on repeating so many times. Started. I entered 1020. I entered choice as 1. So after printing sum is 30, again it is asking for two values again. So I said 50 and 10, something like that, three value. Now again it is asking. I said 2 or like 3 multiplication. 1050s are 500 product. Again, it is asking for two values. Okay, so 10 and 3. I said 4. See, division quotient is there. I wanted to stop now. Enter two dummy values or say maybe values and then say 5. See, now the program is stopped. So like that, we can do infinite loop, which is keep on iterating until you stop it explicitly. So you have a choice. Like here, I give 5 as choice, or you can give any other choice. Like if I say no, yes, no, you can keep. Okay. If I give y means the loop should continue. N means I need to stop. N or any other character means I need to stop. Like that also you can do. In that case, you can write here while ch equal to something like y. Okay. But this is if you write while of true, then this is called as infinite. Okay. Yeah. Some people will write initialization condition, but they will not give increment by mistake. That will also will become increment or decrement. If you don't give, that will also become infinite. Is it clear, guys? Any doubts in this, ma? Any doubts, ma? Yeah. Let's go to now nested loop. So how nested loops will be used? Yeah. Now we are starting with nested loops. So the first loop syntax, how to write? First loop I for I in range of 4. So obviously starts from 0 and ends at 3, 0 to 3, altogether 4 iterations. But this first loop is said to be number of rows that we can execute. Inside that, I'm writing one more for loop. J in range of 10. So it will go from 0 to 9. I can simply explain this with a BTech example. Okay. Of course, it might not be exactly correct, but almost similar. See, for I in range of 4 means 4 years of BTech. Okay. and then j in range of 10, you need to write 10 exams every year, say for example, okay? Five exams in first semester and five more in second semester. Like that, we have 4 years. Every year we have 10 subjects. So altogether, how many exams we need to write? 4 tens are 40. Okay. In that case, we go for nested loops. No, boss, I want to. Why should I write this for I in range 4 again j in range 10 two times instead of this? We can also write for I in range of 40. Then it moves from 0 to 39 and you can print 40 iterations. That is also fine. But why we are going for nested loops means we are not finishing all the 40 iterations at once. So every year, the first row will have 10 means first year. The second row, like 0 is there, or I in range of 4 means first iteration will be I value 0. So if I value 0, we'll have 0 to 9, nothing but 10 iterations. After printing all the statements of this, again it will go back and it will go to 1. 1 less than 4, yes, again it will continue. Come here. Again it will do 0 to 9, 10 iterations. Next, it will become 3. Okay, 2. Sorry, 0, 1, 2. Third time again 10 iterations. Again 3. Fourth time again 10 iterations. Then it will become 4. No, fail, it will come out of all these, both the loops. So in this way, nested loops will be implemented. So the first loop, the top level loop is said to be outer loop, and the inside this whatever we have written is said to be inner loop. Okay. So here I said 4 tens are 40. Sometimes you may go for, this is used widely when we write pattern programs. If you want to print patterns like, you know, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, like that, when you're printing pattern programs. And then if you want to do this matrix multiplication, additions, subtraction, all these matrix examples, we can use it. And then we can also do in other situations, like if you we have done one example on something called what you call table multiplication table, but I want to print 10 tables, what to do? So instead of writing 10 for loops for each table, you can go for this nested loop. The first for loop contains a I in range of 10. So the first for loop is for number of tables, and inside that one more loop, a j in range of 20, 20 terms for each table. Like that, we can go ahead. I'll show you examples one by one. So let's get started with nested loops demos now. Okay, let's see this now practically in PyCharm. Let's add one more Python file, new Python file, demo 72 underscore nested loop 1. Okay, nested loop demo 1. What are we doing? Now just I wanted to print like this. I'm expecting output like this, giving in a triple single quote. Yeah. So I want to print like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are there? We have 3 rows and 5 columns. So for 3 rows, I can use the first outer loop. Okay, 3 rows. Okay, and then next 5 columns are there. So for 5 columns, I can use the outer loop. Let me show you the example so that you'll understand how to print this. Okay, so what I'm saying, for I in range of 4. Of course, 4 means 0 to 3. It will go for 4 iterations. And what should I print? I need to go for j in range of, okay, 1 comma 6 I'm giving, because 1 comma 6 means it'll start from 1 and ends at 5, because we need to print 1 to 5 numbers. Okay, so now what should I print? Print a j value. I need to print 1 to 5 numbers now, j, and beside that I don't want to print any comma or something, so empty. Okay, yeah. So now what's happening when you run it? When you run it, you'll get 1 to 5 numbers for 3 times, but all will come in a single line. Let's run it and see what is happening. See the output now. Yeah, see the output ma 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we got four times we need three. Yeah, so I said three. Now run it again. We need three rows only. Yeah, now you see we got three times but I got all of them in a single row. But I want to print in three rows. So what to do? So after completion of the first iteration, nothing but one to five numbers, I need to print a new line. So here I am saying print, just print. Print means it will print a new line. Nah? Yeah, now you see, get the expected output now. So this is how we can write this nested loop examples using, you know, for nested loops. Okay, we are printing 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3. Simple pattern actually. The same way you can try this with reverse. So you need to print now 5 4 3 2 1 5 4 3 2 1 5 4 3. Can you guess, guys, what to change if you want to print reverse? Like 5 4 3 2 1 5 4 3 2 1. Same program, just slight change. Can you type your answer in chat? Yeah, please type your answers, ma. Where should I change? So I need to print 5 4 3 2 1 5 4 3 2 1 5 4 3 2 1 for three times. Yeah, and J loop, what to change? So next for loop. Yeah, inner loop we need to change. So in the sense 5 to 1 numbers. How to print 5 to 1 numbers? 5 4 3 2 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, minus 1. No, no, no. 5 comma 1 comma minus 1. Okay. Yeah. So this you need to try, ma. Check it out. Yeah, 5 0. Correct. Because 1 we need to, it will not come up to 1, na, minus 1. Yes, correct. 5 comma 0 comma minus 1 range. Yeah. Good, good. So that we need to do and let me know. Okay, we'll go to the next now. So now let's do two, three examples on the same and then we'll move to the important examples in nested loops. Similar example. Let's copy this. Let me show you two to three and you try remaining. Okay, I'll give you as task and whichever you have doubt, let me know. So 73 underscore nested loop 2. So let's paste it. So now I need to print like this: 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 5. This is what I'm expecting. So what to do? So we have five rows here and so range 5. Okay, and we need to print every row. Okay, and yeah, so every row we need to print depends upon the value of I. If I value is 1 means I need to print one number. Okay, yeah. So what I can say, so you can use while loop or for loop, whichever you feel comfortable. So one starting value 1 but up to I, or you can say I plus 1 because it will move from 1 to 1 plus 1 2 means 2 minus 1 1. Let's print j value. Okay, let's check it out how it is printing. And we need to start from 1 to 6 because we need 5 rows now. Yeah, let's check it out. Got it. Simple. What's happening here? Let's try to understand. If you are confused with this for range, please go for while loop, it's your wish, whichever you feel good and comfortable. But coming to the number of lines is concerned, this is the easiest way. So what's happening here? For I in range of 1 comma 6, what is I value? 1. Come here. J value in range of 1 comma I plus 1. So 1 from 1 to I plus 1. What is I value? 1. 1 plus 1 means 2. 1 to 2, how many numbers? Obviously, only one time it will print. 1 is printed. It will become 2. 2 less than 2. No, it will not go. So it will come out and print new line and go to the next iteration. Next iteration will be 2. It will come here. Again from 1 to 2 plus 1. Nothing but 3. So 1 2 3 means it will print 1 and 2, two numbers, so that you are getting 1 and 2. So like that it goes. Okay. So this is the important way to print this kind of loop. Okay. Yeah. And what you can try is like your tasks. Let's give tasks to you. The task pending, last session I gave a very big list now. I'll give solutions for Alma. You asked me for Ramstrong numbers, logic, and all. Na. So task wise, I'll do it and I'll upload in my channel. Ma. Please watch each and every task one by one, which is useful for interview preparation. Okay. I think, yeah. Save as 16th. Yeah. Now task number one is printing 54321, 54321, 321 for 3 times. Task number two, use nested loops to print the following output. Okay. Task 2, that is you are printing like this: 1 2 twos, 3 threes, 4 fours, and 5 fives. Excuse me. By seeing this example, it's very easy. Much small change we need to do. I don't want to say that change. It's very easy to do. Think and do it. Okay. Next task is also damn easy. Like printing asterisk for in this pattern: stars, three asterisks or stars, and a 4 and 5. Okay. Yeah. And then last task you can try is this model, same model, all are same model. That's why I'm giving like this: ABC, ABCD, ABCD. Okay. And one more task if you want to do is a different approach. Actually, same kind of patterns, but it's different. Like you can give 5 5s, 4 4s, 3 3s, 2 2s, and 1. Okay. Same way you can do stars as well. If you know this, remaining stars and everything you can do. Okay. Task number 6 also I'll give you, and then we'll stop this kind of example. Just for practice, 5 4 3 2 1, 5 4 3 2 1, 5 4 3 2, 3 5 4, and 5. Okay, done. So these are enough for nested loops, this kind of logical programs. Now we are moving to tables. Okay, task number 7. So let me print 1 to 10 tables first, and you need to try other examples. Okay, let's go to PyCharm, create a new. So demo 74 underscore nested loops tables. So to print 1 to 10 tables, how to print 1 to 10 tables? So damn easy with nested loops. First, for I in range of how many? I want to start from 1 to 11. 11 means obviously 1 to 10. Okay. The first I is nothing but number of tables. Here I'm giving number of tables. Next J is nothing but number of terms. Range of how many terms you wanted to print? 1 to 20. So 121. No, boss, I need 10 enough means you give 10 or 12. It's up to you. Like I need 12 means I can say 13. So what should I say? Print I value, comma. After that, I need to print star na or X, whatever symbol you want, into J. So give J outside. Outside double quotes means value will be printed. Inside double quotes means symbol will be printed message. I need to print this equal to, and then I into J value. Done. So after printing the whole table, I need to print 2 lines gap so that print will print a new line. Slash n means one more line. 2 lines gap will come from table to table. Okay. So what is I in range of 1 comma 11? It will take the 1 as a parameter, I value, it pass into the inner loop. 1 to 13 means 1 to 12 terms we are printing. To print 1 to 12 terms. So next I value 1. So first table 1 into 1 is equal to 1 ones are 1. Then j will be increased. J will become 2. Then 2 ones are 2. 3 ones are 3. Like that it goes up to 12. Once it become 13, it will fail and go to the top, print new lines, two new lines and go to the top, and second table will be started. Like that, you'll get 1 to 20, all the tables one by one. See the output now? You can go to the top. So what is there in the beginning? Let me scroll up and see. First table is there. 1 ones are 1. Next, the second table started. Scroll down. Third table. Scroll down. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, tenth. All 10 tables printed. But what is the logic? The code is very simple, just 4 lines of code, hardly. With 4 lines of code, I've done the complete program. So this is how we can make use of nested loops to make our logic very easy. Okay? Yeah. Any doubts in this, ma? If you have any doubts in this program, please ask me so that you can do the task easily. Any doubts, guys? Please type your comments in chat, ma. Is it clear? Nested loops with tables? Tables 1 to 10 tables program. If you understand, you can try others. Like you need to print 10 to 1 tables by modifying small change in for loop. So which for loop you need to change ma to print 10 to 1 tables? Anybody? Outer loop or inner loop? Yeah, please type your answers, ma. I want to print 10 to 1 tables. Look at the program. This is what my code is right now. So do I need to change outer loop or inner loop? 10 to 1 tables. Tell me what should I write? Yeah, outer loop for number of tables. Good. What do I write? What should I change? Can you type this? Voice is not audible. No, your voice is not audible, ma. Yeah, please type it, ma. Type your answer. Just for loop, outer loop, you need to type 1 line of code. Yeah, in range of no. 10 to 1 tables now. Steven. Yeah, 10 0 minus 1. Very good. Okay. First 10 table, then 1. Yeah, yeah. If you give 1 means, yeah, it will miss first table. Okay. 10 and 0 minus 1. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Check it out, ma. Check your code and run it. And then once it is confirmed, then send me reply. Okay. Yeah. So your tasks are to print 10 to 1 tables followed by 1 to 10 event tables, 1 to 10 event tables. Okay. And 10 to 1 odd tables. The last one is 1 to n tables. Enough for tables. Okay. This is 1 to n tables. N value we need to ask the user, and how many terms also we should ask him. Suppose somebody ask for 20 terms, somebody want only 10, somebody want up to 12. So it's up to them. So that is said to be m also we need to take from the user. So 1 to n tables. N means suppose I want only 7 tables up to 12 terms. So n value is 7. So n value is 7 and m value is 12. So 1 to 7 tables up to 12 terms will be printed. So this you need to try as a task. Okay. So this is the second way of using this nested loops. The first way is for printing all these pattern programs like logical logic building programs like this, one, one, two, three, all these things. The next way is using like this. Okay, and what else we can use it means, suppose you want to print 1 to n prime numbers. In that case, we can go for it. So generally, if you want to implement complex logic, okay, for that you can use this.